What's up, y'all? It's Jesus, also known as Don't Even Worry, social media. And today I want to talk about Marvel PMGs, precious metal gems. If you watched the last video, I talked about Marvel Metal Universe Avengers, and we went over the checklist because I thought it was important to highlight the return of the Marvel PMG. If you're following non-sports, and specifically Marvel cards, we're going to start to see a lot of case breaks, box breaks, a lot of hobby talk really about the Marvel precious metal gems. So what I want to do today is provide some sort of visual guide for anyone who's interested in learning more, or you're new to Marvel cards, you're intrigued about Marvel cards because of Avengers Metal or any of these modern sets. This is strictly a visual guide, a brief history of the Marvel PMG and why it's sought after. I'm not going to tackle values or sales, none of that. I'm not an expert in that space. I'm just a collector. I've been collecting for over 3 years. And this is some of the information that I've learned. Hopefully, this can help someone out there when you're making decisions on investing and collecting, or you just want to have fun and learn about this stuff. Let's start with this page. This is the Jeff Allender's House of Checklist. This is probably one of the most important websites as a Marvel card collector, and also just non-sports cards in general. This is one of the largest database for checklist of non-sports card sets, and it's one of the most helpful tools I found when I started collecting Marvel cards. Now, don't be fooled by the design. This is maybe a little 90s GeoCities looking website for sure, but the amount of information in here is very helpful, and it helped me a lot in order to make decisions on what I wanted to pick up, what was rare, what was more obscure, and information you just can't find outside of this place, or difficult to find outside of this website. From here, you want to go into DC Marvel cards on the top, and we have DC comic art cards, DC movies and television, and this is where most of the Marvel card information will be in the Marvel comic art checklist. There is Marvel movies and television, but that's more for MCU cards. And when we're talking about the Marvel cards hobby, the majority of collectors are focused in the comic art area. All right, so let's begin. First set in Marvel to introduce precious metal gems is the Marvel Fleer Retro 2013 set. And right here you can see we have the checklist. Let's do a quick find from precious metal gems. And we can jump into this area here. Red gems number to 100. So automatically you can see there's a 42 character set. Reds to 100, blues to 50, greens to 10. The interesting part about this checklist, we have some characters like Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, the Fantastic Four, which are not featured in future sets. Here we go. Full disclosure, I'm using images from Golden. It's just website that highlight good images of these sets. I won't talk about the prices, but if you're new to Marvel cards, you may have heard of these sets doing astronomical numbers during the 2021-2022 year. There's a lot of activity in the Marvel PMG investing market, so made a lot of news back then. Now let's take a look at these. In my opinion, this is one of the best curated character lists for a PMG set. Again, only 42 cards in here, but we have a great selection of heroes and villains, which also contributes to the popularity of the set. It's some of the best artwork on a PMG to date for a lot of these characters. And here we can start. Human Torch, red on red. And from my experience, a lot of Marvel card collectors like myself love to color match. Again, the Spider-Man, probably the most important card, the most popular card in the set. Red on red. You have the Iron Man, red on red. The back of these cards do present little information about the character. Unfortunately, not all the cards in Marvel point out the artist of these images, and that's something that Upper Deck has continued to improve, and hopefully in Avengers Metal we actually get to see those artists get credited. That would also alleviate a lot of headaches for people in the hobby. We like to get nerdy about these things, but it would help to have that information available. Here we go on Captain America here. We have Thor. To me, one of my favorite images of all the PMGs is this Captain America here. Really nice. Um, there's Hulk here. I love the green and red contrast to it. And we'll see some of the other parallels here, and you can see how they fit with these characters. Another important card here, the Wolverine, probably the second most popular character in Marvel cards. Huge card here. Then we have Silver Surfer and Daredevil. Again, Silver Surfer, only PMG ever produced is this one right here. Big deal. Deadpool, red color match. You have the Punisher, Ghost Rider. It's awesome. This blue teal artwork here. And then we have the Venom. So what you'll notice when looking at Marvel cards, a lot of these characters have variations of their costumes depending on what storyline the image was pulled from. For me, someone who's not very knowledgeable in Venom, and I mostly know him from video games or the MCU, Sony movies. This is not the Venom that I think of, but nonetheless, there is a connection to it. And depending on the current comic book run they selected this image from, it's connected to the character. Here we have Thanos, and you have some of the Fantastic Four. Again, characters who after 2016 were not printed on licensed Marvel cards until probably around last year in the introduction of Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom to the current Marvel card hobby. We have Luke Cage, Domino, this Iron Fist. Really nice artwork on here in the Iron Fist. Scarlet Witch here. Scarlet Witch, red on red. One of my favorites from the set, for sure. You watch X-Men 97, grew up with X-Men animated series. These are cool to see. Jean Grey, Cyclops. And then we have Rogue here. Again, not the Rogue that I'm familiar with from the cartoon, but it's likely a variation of a costume from a different storyline. Iceman, Storm, Psylocke, very popular character in Marvel. You have Nova, She-Hulk, Phoenix, really awesome with this white and red contrast here. Really love that. Then you have Green Goblin, Red Skull, Loki. And here we have the villains. And obviously I'm biased towards the Doctor Doom. I did own a couple of these at one point, but I no longer own any PMG. This is one of the coolest ones I've seen in person. I've seen a couple in person, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Magneto's awesome here. Sabretooth. Then we have Mystique, Apocalypse, Galactus with the tiny surfer on the side. And there it is, 2013 red PMGs. Now, let's go to the blue parallels. Blue parallels are out of 50. So, same set, same artwork. And now you can see some of these characters play better with the blue background. We see the Captain America with the blue color match. That looks awesome. Um, yeah, Doctor Strange, Hulk. The red and the blue also plays very well, in my opinion. She-Hulk here. Magneto and Thanos. Again, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Doom. And one of my favorite color matches of 2013 is this Mystique Blue. That's just awesome right there. Again, the Ghost Rider color match with the blue flame here. Looks awesome. And then we have Green Goblin, Phoenix, Red Skull, Loki, the Wolverine, yellow and blue. Really nice combination. Emma Frost. Again, Cyclops, Jean Grey. Rogue, Iceman, Storm Psylocke. This card in particular, the Invisible Woman with the blue background. Really great touch to it. Human Torch, Luke Cage. You have Domino, Iron Fist, Miss Marvel, and then Scarlet Witch with the blue background. And then we have the green PMG. Green PMGs, most sought after, some of the most expensive in the hobby. This is the Spider-Man, numbered at a 10. To a lot of people, I think a majority of the hobby, this is the Marvel Grail PMG, first year produced PMG green. And this is what the back looks like. This one's 2 out of 10. We have our little ratings here. Overall, really nice foiling. And you can see these little lines in here. There's details to the foil. And when the light hits it at the right angle, it's just, very pretty card. Here's the Wolverine, another big card, probably the second biggest card of the set and PMGs overall. Green out of 10. The background. You can kind of see where they pulled the image from. A lot of collectors do their homework and try to find the covers where they're pulled from or the comic book when they're pulled from to match their cards and their comics. One of my favorite green PMGs of the set is this Marvel Girl green, Jean Grey. I love the classic costume. It goes with the green. And then you have a little red and green contrast here. Gorgeous card. And here we have the PSA Pop Report. Now, there are pop reports for SGC, CGC, and Beckett, but the majority of the cards I see graded are usually PSA, so we'll focus on these for now. And you can get a rough estimate of how hard these are to grade and the quality of each card. So here you go. Overall, there's only 20 PSA 10s, 309 PSA 9s, 801 PSA 8s at the time of this recording. Obviously, if you want to go like overall, I guess we would go to the red PMGs here, and you can quickly access the information for that. I'll make sure to link all these in the description in case you want to use it for reference when you're making your decision on what you want to buy, collect, invest, or just watch and keep up with. So let's look at Captain America. Mostly 8s where you have 7 8s, 2 9s, no 10s. Then there's the Thing, where it has 2 PSA 10s, 10 9s, and 11 8s. So just differs from character to character. Scarlet Witch, 1 PSA 10. Rogue with a PSA 10. And hopefully this gives you a rough glance of the quality control of the set. I'll be doing a 2015 Marvel Flair Retro next, so look out for that. And feel free to leave any questions or contact me. I'll try to do my best to get back with you. Again, I want to reiterate, this is purely informational and hopefully a visual aid to anyone getting into Marvel cards for the first time. Appreciate all the love and support, and see you next time. Peace.